Hi Jeremy.
Hi.
Welcome back to the shop. So we have made you some custom shoes before, but you wanted to kind of recreate a pair you already had with more support, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you bring those in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I have a look at those, please? Yeah. Thank you. So what we can do here is not only custom mold these to your feet, create custom orthotics, but we can also reshape the sole of the foot, the sole of the shoe, to be the best shape for you. So these do look quite narrow. Do you ever feel any squeezing in the center area here? Or?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. And what specifically was bothering you about these? Is it not enough support in the arch? Is it the tightness in this part of the foot?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
So just overall, just not enough support in the
Yeah.
shoe. So I can actually see. Yep, this is just a very basic foam insert. It's probably only about 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters thick. Got a rubber sole. Not much arch support. We can definitely do additional arch support. And it looks like it tapers out to the front. It's going to create a slight upward motion of the foot, which you have relatively flat feet, so that can be uncomfortable for your foot to be unnaturally lifted. We want to kind of lift it more from the arch for your type of foot. Also seeing a wear pattern on the inner side of the shoe. So see how that's slightly more worn down than this side?
Mm-hmm.
So we can add more protection, thicker sole layer on that side to prevent wearing. And it should also help keep stability strong. Okay. Inside of here. All right, I'm going to set these aside. We will be using them as reference though. We want to keep the style relatively the same, just basically changing the functionality and the comfort of the shoe. So let's get a new measurement of the foot. It's been like a year maybe since, or 2 years since we saw you, so the feet do change over time. I'm just going to position them. I'm just going to look at them, looking for any. Do you mind if I roll this up? Okay. I'm looking for any obvious features of the legs. General tapering. May want to add a bit of ankle support as well, since these are high top shoes and you have very tapered ankles, so you have a much thicker calf and it comes down, which is normal, but providing some support here will be helpful. Again, relatively flat-footed. It does look like there is a little bit more of an arch on this left side than the right. We'll do a full measurement there. Toes descend from largest toe to smallest toe in order. All right. I'm going to have you lift the right foot first, rather. Placing it here. I'm going to be making puncture marks into the cardboard right along the foot. And I'm going to get very close. So you will feel the metal against you, but it's not painful. I'm just going to be making an impact just like that. Okay? So essentially what I'm doing with this is creating a very true to form outline. We can use this to work on the insert, sole insert. I'm only looking to capture the surface area that touches the ground. Right, lift the foot. So as you can see, that's a pretty accurate representation of the foot now. So we can also use these to track some of the other measurements, but I'll be able to measure the bottom of the foot this way. We'll do everything on the right side, and then I'm going to move over and do everything on the left side. So these are high tops, so I'll start about here, right at that sock line. 4.5. Moving down in 1-inch increments. Getting down to the ankle, this should be, in theory, the thinnest part, and it is. So we have a good tapering from 24.5 centimeters to 20.5 centimeters, and then on this ankle bone, it will increase again, 22.5. Right underneath 25. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to have you just kick it out like that. Is that all right for now? Okay. If anything feels uncomfortable, just let me know. Our intention is simply to get the most accurate measurements. 7. Just feeling generally for the spacing in between the toes. There's a bit of bending and cramping. We just want to accommodate for that. So flattening them out gives me I don't know, a millimeter or two. Just making sure there'll be enough room, but okay, relax this foot. To measure the space here as well. It's going to involve you creating an imprint. Before we start, any tenderness in the bottom of the foot, because you'll be pressing quite hard. Any pain?
No.
While I have it out, I'll do it on the other side.
No pain.
Okay. You're going to make 2 impressions per foot. So let's see. Yeah, we'll do 2. So I'll have you start with the heel to the center. Don't press just yet. I'm just going to mark. Okay, and now you may need to stand up to do this to create enough pressure. Okay, I'll lift the foot. I want to just check the impression. We'll do that one more time. Stick the foot back on there. I'm going to position it perfectly. And have a seat. I'm going to press the foot down. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Lift the foot up. Yep, perfect. So you've got the dip of the heel, got the inner arch. And so again, you have relatively flat feet, so you're not creating a lot of dip here. Okay, and now we're going to do the toe portion. So place the foot about here. Wait one moment. And then stand up, hold on to the chair if you need, and okay, that should be fine. Up. Yep, perfect. Okay. So placing these together, we have a very good impression of the foot. Again, very flat feet, normal, totally fine. But we will accommodate for that in the shoe. All right, let's take a look at the other side. So we'll start out again, making that impression. Okay, lift the foot. I do want to just compare side to side. Pretty symmetrical, I'd say. Looks like slightly wider ball of the foot on the left side. And slightly narrower arch. Okay. And again, we'll do all those measurements just on this side. Very symmetrical side to side thus far. A little bit bigger in the ankle. Okay, I'm gonna have you do that same thing where you set it upright. And that is exactly the same. So foot length is identical. Not always true. Arch. So yeah, arch is a little smaller here. 22.5 on the right side, 22 here. Ball of the foot. It's 22, that's the same. Toe line. 20, that's the same. Right, relax that just for a moment. And another, we'll just use actually the opposite side here. That will be perfect. So I'd like you to put your heel right here. Just like that, is that okay? Don't push just quite yet. Actually, I'm going to position you slightly over. I'll make sure the whole foot's on. Alright, and now I would like you to create some force. You can do that by either standing up or just simply, yeah, there we go. And come forward. You can hold on to me. Push forward. Okay, and relax. Good job. Oh, great. Perfect compression. Perfect. And this allows us to compare side to side. So yeah, you can see there's a bit more depth here. And do the same thing with the toe. So toe line just about there. Move it up just a smidge. There we go. And okay. Perfect. I'm going to take one more. We went slightly off the edge here, so I'm going to get one more just for safety. And I'm going to go this way this time. I'm mostly looking for, come forward a little bit. There you go, right there. And let me press them in. now come up. Better. All right. Have all 3 of these. I want to get the range of motion in the foot. So if you could take this foot up as high as possible and down. Okay. Same thing on this side. Up as high as possible from the heel and down. Good, 40 degrees on both sides. Okay, shifting side to side. So this one, how far can we go that way? Good. 55, come back. Can you go internal at all? It's going to be less. Perfect, 30. One more. Same thing here. 55, exactly the same. A little more internal rotation here, 40 on that one. Okay. So I'm going to have you put these on. Start with that one. I'll tie them. So yeah, you definitely need more ankle support. Like it's very loosey-goosey around here. So even when it's tied, you're gapping back here. So we will definitely create more tapering into the ankle. We can do a slightly padded edge here as well, so that it feels nice and tight and comfortable for you. Reduce some of the room in the toe. Actually stand up for me, because that's going to be a better indicator of that. Yeah, still needs a slight reduction. It is very tight in here. We will give that a little bit more space. We will create a little more arch support. The arch of the foot is actually quite slender, but you need more space up here. So you can have a seat. You may feel more comfortable in wide shoes, but you're then trading the comfort of the ball of the foot for the lack of support on the arch, because you have very tapered feet. So we can make that custom and comfortable. All right, I'll have you remove this one. We'll do the same thing with the other shoe. Okay, thank you. So, majority of the gapping is internal, the inside part of the foot. The outside actually has a little bit of pressure. If you would stand up for me, please. So that does even it out a little, but you do have slight bowing of the legs, very, very slight, just due to the hip shape of the body. So we will increase the support on the outside and tighten the inside. Definitely need accommodation here. All right, have a seat one more time, then I'm going to ask you to do one last thing, and then we'll be finished for the day. So Jeremy, I would like you to stand up, and I just want to see you walk in place. So just sort of marching the feet, looking at how they land. Okay, and you can stop, step out with this foot, looking at side rotation, come back in, step out with this foot, and come back in, step forward, and back, and forward, and back. All right, have a seat, thank you. All right, right, Jeremy. So I'm going to request that you leave these shoes with us. Is that going to be okay?
Yeah,
So we can use them as a
definitely.
reference. We're going to take all of your measurements, all of the samples we took today of the foot, start crafting a shoe. We'll have you come in about 3 weeks for final fitting and make any adjustments from there. And then by about 4 weeks, you should be able to take them home with you, okay?
Sounds great.
All right. And you're good with the color and the texture and the fabric of this shoe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we'll try and create that as closely as possible. One thing I can see, and I noticed though right away, is that we may want to switch these shoelaces out for something that's going to be a little sturdier, but we'll try and keep it the black leather suede. But these rounded shoelaces just don't create that good of a support. So that might be the only thing that we try to sort of change based on the look versus the efficiency of the shoe. Okay?
That sounds fine.
All right. Well, good to see you, Jeremy.
Good
to see you back in, and I'll give you a call in about 3 weeks for your initial fitting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.